Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and today I'm going to take a look at the Warlords of Wor Bog-Nar figure. I always love checking out what these smaller independent toy companies are doing, because some of the coolest things to come out come from the small guys. And this is no exception. The Warlords of Wor line from ManOrmonster Studios is a brand new line of 5.5-inch action figures that are obviously meant to be sort of like a knockoff or very reminiscent of the classic Masters of the Universe line or any of those other 5.5-inch lines that were in the same style. Now, what's great about the Warlords of Wor line is that they are all completely unique and original characters, just done in that same style. There are going to be multiple figures in this line, but the very first one in the series is this man here, Bog-Nar. Now, Bog-Nar just comes in a plastic poly bag that's got a really nice header card with the Warlords of Wor logo up at the top. And then on the flip side of that, we have some beautiful artwork of Bog-Nar. Alright, so let's go ahead and take this Mutant Muck Menace outside of his bag so we can get a closer look at him. I will say that I love the design of this guy. He's definitely got that swamp creature kind of look to him, so he's very reminiscent of guys like Swamp Thing or any of those other like mutant swampy type of characters, maybe even like the Toxic Crusader. I just love the look of him. It's a great sculpt and a great design. You can see he's got a pretty good paint job going on there. It's mostly just the darker green of the skin with some of the lighter green kind of washed over where you've got all the little vines and all of that sculpted onto the details there. He's got metallic green belt and wrist bracers, and then he's got the classic furry loincloth done in the darker green to match the dark green of the boots. So it's a really cool look overall, great paint job, and I love that red stare of his eyes. Now, the figure is nicely articulated, got a great range of motion here, so let's check this out. The head is able to turn both left and right, the arms can move up and down, we also have twists at the wrists, we have a swivel at the waist, we have the legs which are able to move forwards and backwards, and swivels at the boot cut, so you can really pose this guy around and get some great articulation out of him there, so lots of great battle poses or stances, and this is what really makes this guy special. These aren't just regular old joints. All of the joints are held together by very strong magnets. So take a look at this. You can pop the head off, you can pop the arms off, you can pop the hands off, the waist, the legs, the feet. Everything is completely interchangeable with these incredibly strong magnets. And these are really strong magnets. They hold together very well. So you can really articulate this guy around. You don't have to worry about any of the magnets falling off. None of the limbs just kind of hang or fall, or they're not loose. These are great magnets, and it's a really cool feature for this figure. So that does mean you can mix and match all the parts, and what's going to be even greater about that is that once some more figures come out in this line, you can mash together all the parts to create your own wacky characters for the Warlords of Wor line. Now, he does come with a few accessories. First of all, we have this great little weapon accessory. It's got two blades on the end and has a real metal chain dangling down. So he can hold that in his right hand, which is his hand that is made for holding the weapon. And what's also cool about that is it does have a little metal piece on there, and if you look at the figure's back, he has two magnets embedded in his back. So if you want to, you can actually hang this little weapon right off the magnets on his back if you want to store it on his back. You could also use that for storing some of the other parts if you want to, or for, you know, creating some crazy designs with the character. If you want his arms coming off his back, you can do that. Now, the other accessory he has is this cool little vine hand, so you can swap off either one of his hands and put this little vine hand in its place to kind of give some more display options for your Bog-Nar. Now, the last thing he comes with is a little black baggie, which contains a Build-A-Figure piece, because every figure in this line is going to come with another part, and once you get each of the parts, you'll be able to build the final character in the line. So Bog-Nar here just comes with a pair of boots. The boots are black and red. And if you want to, of course, you can just put those right on your Bog-Nar figure, but these are going to be so that you can create the final figure in the line when it's all said and done. So that is a very cool premise and a great way to get people out there to buy all of the figures in this line if they want to build the final character. So there you go, guys. There's a look at Bog-Nar. I will say that I love this figure. Seriously. It's a great design. It's got some really cool features to it. I love the magnetic parts. The idea that we can swap all these parts with other figures as they come out is just great. And this guy honestly looks like he would fit right in with any of those vintage 5-inch toy lines. So if you want to throw him up on the shelf with those, he's going to sit there and look like he belongs with those figures. So overall, great design. It's really well made. It's nice and solid. Great design. Love this guy. Now, as I said before, this is an art toy. So that means it's going to be very limited quantities. They're all handmade, and they are going to be a little pricier than your standard 5-inch action figure would be. So this isn't going to be for everybody, but if you're into checking out art toys, or if you've always kind of thought about checking out an art toy, I would definitely recommend at least picking up Bog-Nar here, having a look at him for yourself. Now, if you want more information on Bog-Nar or the Warlords of Wor line, you need to head on over to www.warlordsofwor.com. At least give them a look, check out the website, see all the great things that they're doing with this line, because I think this is incredibly fun. Until next time,